Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the finale concert of the 2025 Christmas in the Quad. My name is Mr. Whitson, and I'm the Director of Bands here, as well as the Music Department Chair, and we're so pleased to have you this evening. Welcome back if you were here at an earlier concert, and welcome along if this is your first one of the evening. The spectacle before you is the combined might of 4.5 classes in our music department here. We have our chamber orchestra, we have our wind ensemble, we have our combined concert choir and vocal ensemble, and we have our upperclassmen and sophomores from the percussion class accompanying along. With the folks before you, we have used every piece of equipment we have for putting the person there and putting music on a stand. There's 0 left with our one illness this evening, as well as one teacher up here in the flute section. One of our flautists had to go home, Ording and Summer, or it's not Summer, Ording and the other one that is very small are being evacuated because of the flooding. So please keep them in your prayers. And she needed to get home. Ms. Agarwal has joined our flute section. Because this is such a conglomeration, we did not want to deal with all the set changes that would involve, and at the end of the program we do have our finale, which will involve everybody up here all at one time. So they're just going to sit there, and you are going to hear the different classes featured. So beginning of our program, we're going to be featuring our wind ensemble, which is starting 3 rows back. And then I believe we're going to the orchestra, and then to our combined choirs, and then all together at the end. We're going to begin with a tune called Joyful World. It's got a dodge all the pictures. There's really good photography from the top row if you need to grab some later too. We're going to continue with I was looking for a title for a classic setting. This is a new composer on a classic setting for us. This is Still, Still, Still. We're going to do something a little different to close our wind ensemble portion of this evening. I was talking earlier during the concert band concert about how I like to try and push them, and for that group it meant a grade 4, which is upper high school, maybe younger college level piece. This one that we're about to perform for you is 5.5 or 6. Definitely squarely in the professional realm. In fact, one of the best recordings of this you can hear is from the U.S. Army Field Band. And this is a setting by Randall Allen Bass of the Night Before Christmas. And of course, this is a classic poem and a bedtime story that was read to me many times as I was anxiously awaiting Christmas growing up, and by my parents, of course. And what are the administrators but the parents of the school? And so our fabulous academic vice principal, Mr. Bill Berg, has agreed graciously to be a part of this. He showed up to the first rehearsal a couple weeks ago and was like, "So what did I sign up for?" And but since then has been just jumping into it, going gangbusters on it, and it's really exciting, really great, and we're going to welcome him to the stage now, Jingle Bird. Originally of the English department, by the way, and so this is right up his alley, and he's not nervous at all, he told me.
As I drew my head and turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bounds. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he flung over his back, and looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of his pipe he held tight to his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a bright, jolly fellow, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work, and filled all the stockings, and it turned with a jerk. And laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang from his head to the tea and gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
Director set change is way better than student set change.
All right, so that, unlike what Mr. Woodson said, that was our vocal ensemble. So that was about half of our choir members. They're in the audition ensemble, and later and soon you will hear everybody in front of you will hear our combined choir once again, which you heard earlier if you were here. We are going to move to the orchestra side of things. So I am the orchestral director. We are going to perform for you tonight a mix-up of two pieces of Winter Wonderland mixed with Let It Snow. Enjoy. Now to join us on the final two pieces, we're going to hear first from choir and orchestra. They will be singing "O Holy Night," which we did get to perform in the Portland Grotto this last weekend. It's been a very week for these musicians. And we will follow it up with our grand finale, which is going to involve both choirs, the full orchestra, and the full wind ensemble for Leroy Anderson's A Christmas Festival. Enjoy.
stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a part of the program where we hold the last tune hostage against the housekeeping, and that is that we need to get everything out of here down to Alan, I should say. Everything in this half of the room, the blue chairs stay, and the tables, of course. Students, parents, when we complete our finale, students go hug mom and dad, get the flowers, say hi, and then you are the ones who best know where things go and what they do. So please help out. We did have 4 parents, I believe, who had signed up to be kind of point people for helping us tear down. If you are of a helpful mind, will those folks mind standing up? We, off the top of our head, realized we didn't take note of who those folks were. Liz, Lindsay, excellent. So, yes, they are deserving of your applause. Those folks, you could come down and talk with Ms. E and I real quick after this, and then go filter out and just help random people who look lost and are carrying a chair. We would love any help possible. It doesn't have to look pretty, just has to be in Allen and meet the fire code, more or less. Okay? I think that's all we have for the evening. We're so grateful for you joining us on this re-inaugural Christmas in the Quad, this reimagining, and we would love all feedback, so come shout it at me. I will be moving around fast, so you have to really have a strong opinion and be quick. So anyway, drive safe through this crazy weather. Have a Merry Christmas. This is a Christmas festival, and we invite you to add your voices to the choir.
Let us